uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. Hey, everybody. I got Mr. George Blakemore here from Chicago. You all know who he is. I introduced George Blakemore to my platform maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 years ago. I introduced him to you guys. Longer than that because we did he also did the nail salon protest with us. So it's been longer than that. So I got Mr. George Blakemore on the line tonight. And this show tonight is going to be all about Mr. George Blakemore. And we want to talk about what happened in the city council. We want to talk about the migrants here in the city of Chicago. We want to talk about the politicians. We want to talk about the camps, the tent city. There's a lot of things that we want to talk about here on this live. So I don't know, Mr. Blakemore, are you taking any questions? Mr. Blakemore.
Yeah, yes, I am.
Okay,
and if there's some that I don't want to answer, I won't.
Okay, just tell me, say when they ask you a question, say I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that. So George, we're gonna wait till a few more people come on. Let me shout out a few more people while they waiting and to come on.
Thank you.
Okay, Nathan, what's going on? We got Mr. George Blakemore online tonight. Phoenicius, hey, how you doing? Tomorrow. All right, George Blakemore on the line tonight, y'all. Y'all better come on. Listen. All right, what's that? Michelle Scott. Hey, this is live uncut. Come on in. Come on in. Mr. Blakemore is here live, uncut, unedited. He in raw form. He's going to talk to us tonight. And man, Money Making Mike, I see you. I see Money Making Mike. Barbara Cooper, what's going on? What's going on? We got a special guest tonight in the studio. We're actually on the phone line. T, what's up? I see you, comrade. I see you. What's good, Martin? Put on Irving, Dallas Cowboy. Okay. You can do two things at same time. Kenny Nicole, what's up? What's going on? Brother Eddie, I got your brother George online. Leslie Brown. Y'all coming in faster than I'm thinking. Man, they coming in, George. They want to hear from you. You better say something good tonight, George. Speak the truth and tell it. Shame the devil. One thing about the truth, guys, you don't have to rehearsal. Me and George, we don't have no script tonight. I asked George to come on tonight. He volunteered. This is free of charge. No money is going to be in charge. Now, if he want to bless me with a donation, that's on him. But he don't have to. So we're going on tonight. Let me see how many more people I got on here live right now. Okay, I need at least 50-something people on here before I start them talking because I don't want y'all coming interrupting. 50 people. Share the video. If you share the video, we can get started, people. We can get started because I want to hear what George have to say. Also, we on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, go to YouTube. Also, we're on Twitter, which is formerly now is X right now. So you can watch this on X right now. Many of you know that live in the city of Chicago, how hard and dedicated George Blakemore worked for the causes of Black people. And we know that. He don't just represent the Republican Party or Democrat Party. He represents all of them. And he want both parties to do right for our people, about our people, you know. And I'm right, Jordan. Now, if I'm wrong, you got to stop me. But he wants both parties to do right.
You're correct.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Right. Whatever party you belong to tonight, whether it's the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, I want our people to eat and succeed. That's what I want. Nothing else, nothing less. All right, George. Okay. You can start any way you want to, George. I think, let me see how many people I got on, George. 52. All right, maybe 60 people. 6 more people. Share the video. 60 people on here. Share the video.
Well, you know one thing, Martin.
Go ahead, George. Go ahead.
You know, Martin, you know you're my competitor, and I'm jealous.
I am not your competitor, George. No, I'm not.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Martin. And you know you're the top. You know you are the top, and you got 50 people, and I have to talk on my video 50 minutes before I get 50 people. Mm-hmm. So you are truly somebody, and you got those 50 right quick. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, Martin, you know that you and I go back a long time.
Yes, we do.
And you've always have been for the people also. But what have happened down at City Hall? Uh, the the city is just up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody don't agree with me, they have every right to make a statement. But Martin, I'm echoing everything I say is echoing back to me. That's
Okay.
a little irritating.
Okay,
What's going on?
Hold on. Just keep hold on right there. Let me fix that. Let me know. How's it now, George?
Oh, it's okay now.
Okay, that's good right there. No echoing back to you, right?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, George. Go ahead.
All right. So this has been a trying time for me this past month. It's been, yeah, I couldn't believe it, but it's been going on, Martin, for a long time. Do you remember, Martin? But it's still that echo's still there. But
hold on, George. I'm gonna work on it. Give me a second. Let me try to work on it.
We got all right. If you don't, we got to just use what we got to get what we want.
Okay, how's it now, George?
All right. Now it's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, okay. Do you remember when we used to have to go down to City Hall at first come, first serve before it was the lottery?
Right, I remember that.
Okay, you get, and do you remember that policeman that over the Union, Canberra or whatever? He would always be first. He was a police, and then he was also a union rep, and then he ended up being the president of the police union. Well, Miss Lightfoot wanted to kind of get rid of him, so she went to Michelle Harris and told Michelle Harris to implement the lottery. Well, that was illegal because it didn't go to the rules committee where the people would be able to vote, and then the citizens would be able to make comments in the rules committee. So she sneaked it in to the whole council, a committee as a whole. All of that's illegal. It's all illegal. And I'm announcing my little knowledge that I received from public radio that last week. You still got that echo.
I know. Okay. Just keep. Just
okay, do the best you can. Okay. Let me just talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what happened was that all of that is illegal, and all the mayors have used Michelle Harris. They have used her to do their dirty work. So she never went to the way the city is set up. They have so many committees, and David Moore, they didn't give him a committee, but I think that Jeanette got a committee, and they you got a health committee, all different. You got police committees, but they gave each all the aldermen, those senior aldermen that been around, and the mayor gave them a head of committees. So the head of was Michelle Harris, had ethics and rules committee to make the rules. So she took ethics away from it and gave it to that white Michelle Smith up in Lincoln Park. So Michelle Harris, she gave her the rules committee. So Michelle made up some illegal rules, bringing in the lottery, telling people that you have to speak 3 minutes. And then, in my case, what happened last week, they said they read that 3 minutes and 10 people would speak. But when I got up to speak, they decided, the old chairman, that old chairman, I forget his name, he was a Mexican man, with that old one with that beard, say, no, we're going to change it to 1 minute. Because the reason he wanted to change it, because he supports the illegal immigrant, new arrivals, and refugees. So they was packed in there. And I was about the only one. It was another black lady and myself. So he changed the rules and say it will be 1 minute. And we're going to give other people, everybody 1 minute. But they're taking away my minute, 2 of my minutes, and giving it to the illegals. That's when the doo-doo, you told me don't use cursing on your, that's when the doo-doo hits the fan. I started saying, you can't do this. You're taking away my minutes and giving it to them. Well, to make a long story short, they take away the black man job, goods, contracts, and service, and medical care, food stamp, housing, and give it to the illegal. Give it to the new Americans, the refugees. So it's been people standing in line, waiting, not in line, but on the list to get vouchers.
Right.
And when I went out to Soldier Hospital, I was losing a little weight. And I don't know, when you're old, there's something wrong with you. Don't care. There's no such thing as an old person having perfect health, because that body been living for 81 or 82 years. You keep driving that old car. It's not like a new car. Anyway, I have to stand in line, and these illegals, not even citizens, was ahead of me. They needed 2 lines, a line for the legal citizen and a line for the illegals. And another thing, when the illegals get in line, somebody needs to be calling ICE to pick them up and to send them back where they come from, because they did not go through the immigration and naturalization, and they are breaking the law. And one egregious thing about this, sir, is that they do not do a background check. They'll know that, oh, that's George Blakemore. Well, he got locked up for peddling. He got locked up disorderly conduct. He got locked, and his mom is Ellen Blakemore. His dad is George Blakemore. He was born. They got a background. You don't know nothing about these people, Martin. You would not open up your house to a stranger. You know me. You might not even open up to me. Look out the door and say, that's old George, and hell, I don't want to be bothered. Well, you can't. America is welcoming all these people they know nothing about. But what angered me back in the summer, when the Haitians was coming through El Paso on the Rio Grande, waiting across that water, that big head white man was on a horse and got that whip and whipped these Asians behind and got an airplane. Biden did, got an airplane and flew all of them back to Port-au-Prince, which is the capital of Haiti. But now that make me hate. Why would you send the Haitians back and you welcome the Mexicans, the people from Colombia, people from Venezuela? You're not sending them back, and they're getting food stamps, they're getting health care, they're getting Section 8, they're getting hospitalization, and it was devastating when Emmanuel closed up 50 black schools and opened up 25 white schools. And it's time for our people, when you were talking about Democrats and the Republicans, we can't afford to stay on this Republican machine, on this Republican plantation. Now, I'm not telling you that going to the Democratic plantation, but try the Republican. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and because we can't do this, because the Democrats have urinated on us. I don't want to say P now, and they treat us like fourth-class citizens. And the egregious act is that we had about 20 black aldermen, and none of them voted against having a sanctuary city. It's something wrong with us. On the plantation, the white man made an end. I can't use all these words now because I'm on the top gentleman program and on his page now. And that's Martin Johnson. Martin Johnson, not going to have all this cursing, George. You have to use other words. You got to use do, and pee. Well, they pee on us as a people. We are old America. We are not refugees, and we are the only people in America that have been enslaved in America. The only one. These Hispanics never been enslaved in America. These Chinese, these people from Afghanistan or from, what's that place over there in Russia they fighting over there between the
Soviet Union.
Kiev, yeah, the Russia, the Ukrainian. They're fighting a civil war over there against Russia. They're all the same people. So our leadership, I'm not calling names. I can't call names now, and I will, because I have no permanent friends and no permanent enemies, just a permanent objective. All of them. None of them was man up, woman up to say that we need a referendum to put that on the ballot and let the people vote for or against a sanctuary a city. Now, anybody needs sanctuary. Sanctuary means the church. Because you go in the church, and sometimes the government, people, immigration, they wouldn't let you go in and get them out. But a whole city, all of Chicago is a sanctuary for these people. Something is wrong with the Democratic machine here, and something is wrong with the black elected officials, the white, the Hispanic, the Asian, all of the, but were you down there, Martin, when they had all the blacks were coming down packed against the sanctuary
I didn't make it down that day. Yeah, I didn't make it down that day.
They wanted a referendum. Well, that was the same day that the white Jews, now I'm going to be very political correct, Judaism is a black man religion. These are white folks practicing Judaism. And the Arabs, that's the Muslim, that's the black man religion. Those are white people practicing Islam. So all over there, they fighting over there in Israel. But Israel is in Africa. What happened was that after World War II, that the British didn't want all the Jews to come, the Americans didn't want them all to come over here. So the Palestine, the Arabs was already over there, but it didn't belong to the Arabs either. So they say, we're going to make a state for the Jews because Hitler was killed so many of them because Hitler believed that they were keeping the German economy down, the Jews, the white Jews. So you got to be very specific. Otherwise, they'll call you like Condell West, and they'll take your money and everything. So it is a difference. Judaism is a religion. It's not a race. Islam is a religion. It's not, and all these religions of the world were started by black people. Voodoo, yes. Oh, if you believe in that, do you believe Jesus walked through water? These are beliefs. These are way of life. Hinduism. All of these religions were started by the black man, and they got them over here fighting one group, whites say I own that, all of it's Africa. So there's so much knowledge that I have learned over the years and that I want to share. And I know you have an intelligent group of people that listen to you and come on your live. They got a lot of knowledge that they can share with you more.
Yeah,
because
George,
by us,
George,
yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I want to make it clear to people. Why don't you agree with this being a sanctuary city? Now, what's your take on that? Explain it to the people. Why you say what you say.
Okay. What more? You must not. You must. You heard me say you don't let a stranger come into your house.
That's correct.
You also heard me say that they have did no background check. You also heard me say they did not go through immigration and naturalization. Correct. And you also heard me say it creates a negative effect. Carl Anderson says, a renowned Black historian, says a negative effect that it has on the native Black, because we have to compete with them for jobs, goods, and service. Our children have to compete. They will have to share these resources with them when they go to school. When I went out to Trojan Hospital, they was there trying to get the same service that I was entitled to get. But what was so egregious, they was ahead of me, and I heard the lady ask them, do they have any insurance? And if they were citizens, they say no. So you have no. Okay. They didn't have to pay for their medicine. When I went to get mine in the line, they say, Mr. Blakemore, you have to pay $4, a code charge. I said, I'm not paying you nothing. I'm not gonna pay you no money. And they getting theirs free. See, Black people, I think that we have to purge ourselves of N-ism, because when we was on the plantation, that master didn't want an intelligent Black slave, Black man and woman. So he dumbed us down, stole our culture, and he made another person, not a strong Black man, but a weak person, and we have to reprogram ourselves and become strong Black people, because it's terrible that how we've been treated in this country. We have fought in all the wars, and America owes us. We don't owe America anything. Kennedy said, don't ask your country, what can your country do for you, but what can you do for your country? I can't do nothing for America. America got to do something for me and my people. She enslaved me. Maybe he can tell the white man that, but don't come to tell me, what can I do for America? What can America do for me? And I need my reparation. Never got my 40 acres of the mule.
George.
Never got nothing.
That's right. George, let me ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
Real question. So why is it that we hear preachers, even some Black politicians, say we oppressing the migrants? What you have to say about that?
Well, like Mr. Hall and these other so-called religious leaders, I spoke on my Facebook page about the horrid bride of Christ. I learned that when I was in college. I think it was a white professor taught me that. And then I said, no, I must have read it in the paper and also said, what happened down there that the church was getting so bad? The church and Christ supposed to be one. The church is whoring now. And guess who the church is whoring? Government. Because the young people today don't give Reverend Woo no damn money. So what the church do is whore and bride of Christ, because the church and Christ supposed to be one. The old whore, she goes to government and says she gonna build government tell her to build a little some houses, tell them pass out some food pantry, and tell them they have some drug program. The church was doing that. That's their mission to help the people, but they can't fulfill their mission because they're whore, and the people are tired of them and not giving money. So the whore goes to the government and say, we're going to put up like what's going on now out in North Glendale. I saw Mark there, Blakemore today there, and I mean yesterday, where they had a group of white developers coming into one of the most devastating areas of the city, Northern Londale, with Monique Scott, brother headed. Anyway, he's nepotism. But what happened? They say that 25 or 30% of the jobs would go to black. And the old preachers was in on that. Did you know that they never, that's not going to happen? Because our elected officials, they're not like the Hispanics. Once you come in their neighborhood, their people going to get the job. You saw exactly what happened out to the old Obama Library Center over there at Jackson Park. All these jobs went to people outside from Wisconsin, Iowa, everywhere, white workers. So the church is a whore. And you asked me this question, why? Mr. Blakemore answer is the church is now whoring the government, because she been whoring the people, but the young people, especially young people, they're wired up on the church. They're always talking about a building fund, and the members of the preachers don't even want to live in the neighborhood where they supposed to have their church. They move way out in the suburbs. So you got the right one on your program, Martin Johnson. You got George Blakemore. Do you have another question?
Yes, I have another question too, George. Now they got this thing now. I think it's about 17 faith leaders that's taking migrants inside their church. They sleep inside their church. Now, like you said earlier, the church supposed to be open up to the community anyway. You don't supposed to be paid for that anyway. You're supposed to be doing that anyway. A lot of these churches are in the community, and like you said, they can't get.
Yeah, but like you say, they go broke ass storefront. The people are wise. They don't give them any money. So the old whore preachers now come downtown with planning and development, and that's the new game of whores.
They chasing grants.
That's a new game.
They chasing.
And one of the old preachers told me yesterday when I saw Mark down there with him, I don't know if Mark getting paid or not. It's not my business. Anyway, the old preacher, I say, good well, these white developers not going to let these black people work on this site. 20 and bricklayers, professional workers, lawyers, or whatever. He say, yeah, they promise. I say, they Indian givers. They'll promise you they're not going to do that. All they have to do, those developers, is give these old black preachers and black contracts, give them a little money, and the people will not, black people will not be working. All you have to do is just go and look, and you can tell by past performance. Go and see Obama Library Center how many blacks working, and they didn't get a community agreement. I'm tired of these old house in ultimate and these old house in preachers. You have they say that's the whore, the whore bride of Christ. The church is supposed to be united with Christ, like a woman and a man getting married. They're working together in harmony, love, and peace. But the church now, a whore. Do you have and they not, like you say? I went all the way down to the Democratic convention, and Fred Hampton brother lied to me and say, George, which he didn't lie. He's dead now, this brother. He said, you can go down to Atlanta and sell your things good. When I got in Atlanta and went down by the convention, they said, no, you can't be selling down in this area. But what happened? Abernathy opened up his church to the homeless, the homeless people, black people, fed them in the morning, let them sleep on cots. But he had a gate. He didn't let them walk all around the church. Because I stayed there that night because I didn't have no hotel, and I thought I was going to be selling and making money. So that's what you call a Christian church. Open up the church, not to but to the black people in Atlanta that wanted a hot meal in the morning, and he let them stay on the cot, but he did not let them roam around all over the church. He had that kind of gated off. Man, that was a real preacher. These whores today is getting paid. Abernathy didn't charge us nothing. Didn't charge me a dime. And those sisters came in and they had pancakes, sausage, and grits, and everything. They didn't get it from the government pantry. The black people donated that. The people of the church. I'm tired of these whole church today.
And shame the devil.
Tired of them.
That's right, Brother George. Now,
yes, sir.
I want to go back a little bit. When they physically took you out of the City Hall Council, did they arrest you? Where did they take you?
Yes, they carried me to the hospital because they threw me around like a Georgia slave. My leg and my arm and everything. They threw me. So 2 police rode in the ambulance and carried me to Northwestern. After they checked me out in Northwestern, had an X-ray and everything, and then I was devastated when I went to Northwestern because it reminded me of a time I went to Northwestern Hospital. I was peeing blood, and Northwestern put me out. They say, we need that emergency room. And all of that came back on me. I was traumatized by that. Another incident years ago when I had that brain operation, Northwestern say, sir, you have to go, come back tomorrow because we need this emergency room. I say, sir, I'm pissing blood. He said, you got to go. And another thing I want you all to know that's why I go to Stroger, Northwestern Hospital, supposed to have a certain amount of people who's indigent, poor people, citizens. But if you go over there and you don't have any money, you can stay that night. That next morning, they're going to ship you to Stroger. I asked the director several years ago when he was coming down to City Hall for costing an easement. You go over to Northwestern, you'll see some of those buildings connect with each other. Under there is a city street. I said, well, you getting the write-off. I say, and you're you're a non-profit. What percent of your patients, what is the percent are indigent, poor black people, a poor white, poor Hispanic go there? He say, we don't have to name the number of percentage. Everybody play games. The rich, the whores play games just like the poor ones. The audacity, the Northwest, they ought to say 30% will go to indigent. And because we getting the tax write-off, we don't have to pay the city tax, we don't have to pay no water bill and all of that. So that's the same thing is that I'm saying the percentage of workers that develop in these black neighborhoods these are white folks building in black neighborhoods and the blacks not working. And some of these illegal, undocumented, new arrival refugees gonna be working on these jobs. because this city is not a factory city anymore. It's a service economy. People go to hotels and it's high tech. All these other jobs, working in the hotel, cleaning up, these working on these buildings, and the unions are just as bad. They want these people here. It's a lot. What do they want them to do? To work and to put the black man out of work.
And George, hold it right
there.
That's
what.
George, hold it right there. Why can't black people recognize this? Even you got bougie black people that's well off. They say they don't care because it don't affect them direct. But what about your grandchildren and their children? So they don't care, George. What's up with our
Yeah, but did you know that's why over 1.5 million black slowly, not just even during the time daily, they slowly had gentrified your black aid out of the city. You don't have the number. And you know what Carrie Alston, well, she was the Carrie Alston, I'm using the noun and pronoun together, and I don't want to do that, but sometimes I speak Ebonics. Anyway, 34th Ward is all the way downtown. How did Carrie Alston Ward come downtown with that big-head rich white man got that ward? Why? Because these blacks knew that Carrie Alston was going to be indicted, and they said, we'll take Carrie Ward. They were supposed to take a piece of Jeanette Ward, a piece of Stephanie Coleman Ward, a piece of all those Inglewoods, Sawyer and David Moore, and Summer Mitchell. Not Mitchell, not Greg Mitchell, but Curtis, because in that section of Inglewood, they used to have one alderman for Inglewood. Now they split it all up, divide and conquer. And the people in Carrie Alston Ward out there in Rosa, they are still there. The people in Brooklyn Ward are still there. How in the hell did they put Ron Moses over both of these damn wards? They didn't lose the population. The blacks are so ignorant. In Carrie Alston Ward, they deserve their own alderman. In Brooklyn Ward, their own alderman. Blacks are leaving, but not from that area. It's down there in the Inglewood area. That's where the Mexicans are coming in. Blacks sell each other out. Black people. You know Carrie Alston, how in the hell they gerrymander? You're going to come from all the way in Rosa down to Monroe and State and go over to Greektown. And gave that ward to a big-head white man, and he's filthy rich, the new alderman. So there's a lot that we can discuss. So we need to go part one, Martin Johnson, and part two, because I can run this shit, run this doo-doo down like it's a radio. And these bougie blacks, they don't care. I'm giving an example. They don't care about the people in Roseland and Carrie Alston Ward. So she's indicted, but the people are still there. So what they decided to do was, and Brooklyn Ward is 92 or 93% black. These are more black wards. They're not mixed wards, Brooklyn Ward and Carrie Alston Ward. But each one of them got slick and say, you give me a little bit, I give you a little bit, and Carrie is gone, so we'll put Ron Mosey in, and he can be the alderman for Carrie and the alderman for Brooklyn. So look, that's why, because no black leadership, and because one of these other black aldermen will have to go, because the number is gone. So each one of them got a little piece here and a little piece there. But in time, as time goes on, either David Moore, Jeanette Taylor, or Stephanie, they gotta go. Because no blacks are moving into that ward. Hispanics are moving in. That's the same thing with Emma Mitch. Just a matter of time, maybe with Irving. But they don't care. They got their money. And Walter Burnett is a disgrace. Because Bernie Green is gone. So maybe I'm a disgrace. Maybe we all are disgraceful. All these black faces in high place. I'm hollering, help, y'all stole my money. Help me, I'm hollering. Not one black alderman got up and said, leave this man alone. You said it's 3 minutes? So give him his 3 minutes. Help me. I stood my ground. And they arrested me, and I kept telling them about I was traumatized. I was over for one thing, but I remember how ugly Northwestern was to me, and that traumatized me. And I said, I need a psychiatrist. Black people are crazy. It's not only physical, they have messed up our mind. You ask me, how can they do it, these boozy blacks? Because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Their mind is messed up. I was traumatized, and I'm still mentally. We all mentally. Why in the hell my mother hated her nappy ass hair? She was traumatized. She didn't know she was pretty. As is, we all been traumatized. That's your answer. That's why we do foolish things. And the first thing, when I got out of jail there on 18, I said, take me around to Mariana. I wanted to spend money. I wanted to make myself feel good. That's why a lot of people go on drugs. So our people eat food that they know is not healthy to make them feel good. I was traumatized. And somebody say, you just want to make yourself feel good or something. We all do. And these people, Maxine Waters said they brought rock cocaine. Our community never been the same. Never. So this is a complex problem. And we can't, we got to try to help each other to heal ourselves. We all got too much in us. All of us on the plantation, the white man did not want to make a strong black man and woman, black children. That was not his objective. And he succeeded because he traumatized us. The legacy of slavery still lives on. And we fell in love with the enemy and not with ourselves. And I got a little enemy too. But first, you got to recognize it. To heal yourself, you got to recognize something is wrong here. Something is mighty wrong. You ask this question, why would the boozy black do that? Not only the boozy black, the ghetto blacks too. We all been traumatized here in America. Do you have another question,
yes,
sir?
Yes, I do, George. Okay. Tell me, and I want you to be honest with me. Tell me how the Republicans have made it good for black people in this country in the last 30 years. In the last 30 years.
I've been a Democrat all my life, but I'm going to change. They have told me, I don't know, but it's a proven fact. They say with the Negro colleges, they say the Republican Trump pays so much money to these traditional black colleges, and seemed like the economy was better under the Republican. But somebody said, Tyrone, or maybe you said, Mr. McKay said, there are two birds with two different, with two wings of the same bird. Well, I'm willing to use this other wing. I'm fed up with the Democratic machine. Turn it red. I'm going Trump. That's me personal. Now, are the Republican angels? Are they racist? Well, try a little tenderness, anything, but but the machine, because they've been so mean to me and my people, gentrified all my people out of the city of Chicago, tearing down the project, doing all kind of ugly things to us, the Democrats. So I believe in revenge. And they say that's not good. The Lord's supposed to fight your battle. Sometimes you got to help the Lord fight your battle. I'm a God, I'm a goddamn, I can't curse. I'm a God myself. God created me and you. We're the first the first people on earth. It's a black man. So God created us. So we are little God, and we have to do for ourselves. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. And so, excuse me, Mr. Martin Johnson, for using a few little words. Well, that's not good for an older gentleman like me, because we're supposed to teach our children to don't do. Well, they old school say, don't do what I do what I say do. And you know why? Some of the old people had bad habits, and they wanted the young people to be better. To be better. I want all my Facebook friends to be better and stronger and blacker than me.
Well, George, just hold on when I got another call.
Sir.
I think I got Sister Erica. She probably want to say something real quick on here.
Okay,
Erica,
sure.
Go ahead, Sister Erica.
Peace and love, peace and love.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk to George. George, I am very upset about what happened to you, and I apologize that it was no one there to help you. You know, it's really sad, and this is the second attack on one of our elders from these Hispanics. First it was Rosa, now it's Vasquez with George.
Oh, Vasquez, that's a B. Vasquez is a pure B, but the blacks were sour.
Yeah. But you know, if we had been there, they would have never pulled that.
Sister Erica, if he would have pulled you like that, you would have got him straight. Something wrong with him a mix.
Oh, absolutely. He wouldn't have never tried that with me. He wouldn't have never tried that with me. But my point is, we're going to address what happened to you. We just finished on our Zoom call, and we are definitely going to address it. So I just want to, reassure you that, no, we're not letting it go. We're not letting it go. And Brandon should address it. Because these Hispanics that's down there in city council, they are taking over. Brandon ain't running nothing down there. He ain't running nothing down there. They disrespect him on every level.
Yeah, but I want to ask you, have you heard that he's having a lot of health problems and seizures? Have you heard that?
He's having a lot of health problems.
Yes, and because I think it's too much. He doesn't have the skill set to run this city. And I think it's just too much for him.
Well, you know what? It might just be God is whooping his tail, too. So I'm not going to take God out the equation because you're doing things, you're trying to bury your own people.
Yes.
You are sanctioning what they're doing to your own people. You don't think God's going to step in and punish you?
That's right. You're right, man.
I'm trying to tell you, I pray about it every night. I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm not going to feel sympathy for nobody because they don't have sympathy for us. Look at what they did to you.
That's right. And did you know, I think somebody, that police union man told somebody that he's having seizures, but I think the man just doesn't have any skill set to run a city like this. And he's just overpowered. And what you say, God don't like ugly.
God don't like ugly. And he ain't crazy about pretty either.
Okay.
God said, what you're doing to his people, you're doing it to me. So you have to keep that in mind. You know, when you're dealing with God's people, that's right. That's right. Like you just said, you believe in revenge. Our God believes in revenge too. Okay? So Brandon and all of them, that's right. That's God's law.
That's God's law.
And He's going to take down any devil that get in our way. See, they think they doing something, but they going to start taking losses. Watch what I tell you. And it ain't going to be from our hands. It's going to be from the God. Watch what I tell you, because they getting carried away. They are carried away.
Yes. And I can't pronounce his name with that beard. He's Obama. He's no good. And those Hispanics, those blacks sit back and let these Hispanics do that.
Yeah, they do. They do. I haven't heard none of them make a statement about what happened to you down there. I ain't heard nothing. But it's okay, because we're going to address it this week. Don't worry about it. We got them faded. Yes, sir. I love you. Love you too, Brother Martin. I'm about to go to sleep.
Okay, thank you, Sister Erica.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yes, ma'am.
Brother George, I got another question for you. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me make a statement first. When I first viewed the video of you being carried out, and the first thing came in my mind, nobody came to your rescue. Everybody sit there like they had some seatbelt handcuffs on. They didn't stand up and say, hold on, let me actually. I mean, I didn't like that, George. I didn't like that, brother. You know,
thank you.
Me personally, I didn't like it, man. I probably would have went to jail that day if I was there. Didn't like it. You know, I did not like that. And black people, we talk game, but when it's time to stand up for righteousness, we won't stand. We'll shoot and kill people for some ugly stuff. But when it's time to stand up for what's right, we won't do it. It's so hard. They sat there in their seat, George. I watched them.
They just watched them. They didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing. Didn't say nothing. Just quiet.
Yes.
We can't allow this to happen. They work for us.
No, but somebody more than that, you heard somebody says in the paper, the Tribune, that they can't be making people go upstairs and all of that. Oh. Somebody said it on my page and say that these rules, they just got out of control, telling you you have to have a alternate before you can come in. Yeah. There's something wrong.
See, the thing is, George, this is what I say. Anything that's left unprotected will be taken away. We have to fight for our rights. They're trying to silence us. Now more people, George, I remember the time you would be the only one in city council making a statement. Nobody else there but you.
Yes.
Maybe one or two.
Yeah.
But now it's more people getting involved, and now that's all of
good.
A sudden, they're feeling afraid now for their safety because the people are speaking.
Oh yeah.
Out. And people are
well, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you, Martin, don't you remember on the 5th floor when Chad's daddy was up there, Jamal and everybody would go up on the 5th floor. They would not have these protests on the 1st floor. But then...
What happened? George, what happened? What happened, George?
Can you hear me now?
Now, go ahead. Yeah. I remember when Chad.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, when Jamal, when they arrested Jamal, and Jamal got, they threw this out of court. Well, then Miss Lightfoot put that off limits. But you know, with that statue of Benjamin Franklin, not Benjamin Franklin, George, on the 5th floor, we would go up there and have it. Now, Brandon will not let people go on that elevator up to that floor. We never had those protests. You would go up there and Chase Daddy, Chance Daddy, whatever his name, he would come out and say, all y'all can't go in here. How many of y'all, who's the head of that group? What's going on? And he would take them in. I don't know if they actually saw them there, but he would take them in and address the problems and let the mayor know about it. today they won't even let nobody get on the elevator to go up to the 5th floor. You know that. Don't you remember when Jamal? Well, that's why Miss Seifert had him arrested, and after that, she closed that 5th floor down. She wasn't supposed to do that.
Right.
You know where they have that statue of old George Washington, old slave owner, and then they have all the pictures of all the mayors up there. I went up there today to see if they didn't put Miss Lightfoot picture up there, but usually they won't let the citizens come. Like the doors, the mayor's office should always be open. You might not be able to see him. They have police, but he's supposed to have staff there to help the people. You don't close the door because the mayor's office is the people's office. Now you can't go to the White House but they don't close that White House down from people and the state capitol. You can go, but these people got it all roped off, and you all had to have that press conference downstairs. You know better than that.
Right.
Do you remember when they used to go to the 5th?
Yes, I remember that, George. I've been up there. I've filmed up there.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yes. So I don't know who's running City Hall now. What's going on here down there? I'm asking you, who's running this? Who's running the zoo? The animals, the zookeepers, or what?
Wow.
You don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, George. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know who's running. Let me just say this, brother. Let me say this. And black people, Ron Emanuel and his whole city council, they voted to close down 50 schools. And black people still voted for Ron Emanuel to put him back in office. How soon we forget? Now, here's it. All these migrants, they have got nearly $1 billion in 15 weeks. And how much money black folks got? Nothing. Crumbs.
That's right.
Well, Alderman William Hall said, well, we invested $500,000 on a research for reparation. Listen, come on, we tired of research.
That ain't $500,000 not no damn money, right. And they don't need to be doing no damn research for no goddamn. Oh, excuse me, for no study. We already had study after study for reparation. They just put that money in because what was COVID already did study. That's just another way of hustling. Some of them introducing that, and they're gonna try to steal that money. You understand the game?
Yeah, I understand the game.
Because you don't need $500,000. That's no money. That's nothing. Did Mr. Hall tell you that?
No, he did. He said that at the press conference. He came at the press conference and said we invested $500,000 in a reparation.
500, and you talking about millions, hundreds of millions for the illegal.
Right.
Hundreds of millions for the illegal. But that's terrible. Well, what did you say to him then?
I didn't say that. I was just him and Mark was debating. You know, I was just a video man. You know, one thing I don't really do, I don't really if it's somebody else's event, I let them talk and I just video. But let me say this to you, George. And I want you to give us a prediction. How do you see Chicago in the next 10 years? In your own words. What do you see? Tell me in your own words. How do you see Chicago?
Well, black I see white Chicago and Hispanic Chicago very, very prosperous and doing well and developing their resources in their community. And black Chicago, I see doom and deserts and food deserts and no Black Wall Street, no stores, no nothing, abandoned buildings. Maybe it might be like Detroit. I don't know, but I don't see anything good coming out of Chicago in the future. Now I hope I'm wrong. And over there in Jackson Park, it's justified. Blacks are still leaving the city. What do you think it's gonna be any better?
No, not for blacks. Blacks. I think I think this is going to be a majority white and Hispanic city, and I believe that black people are in trouble. Black people are leaving Chicago. They're being priced out of their
That's right.
homes. Um, our areas are being gentrified. We've been redlined and everything. I mean, every negative thing.
Yeah, but every negative thing, but the ones who's helping them do this is the
Blacks.
so-called black
Yeah,
leaders
yes, they are.
and black preachers
Uh-huh.
and booze. You call them boozy,
Yeah.
but we'll just say that black people that that
That
that
got
that,
got
that
money.
doesn't have no that they doesn't have black interests
Yeah,
because
okay.
sometimes the one in the big house
Right.
sometimes they will steal
Right, check.
some food, cake, and carrots to their field cousins and friends. These people don't bring us nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Do you see anything our husbands do for us? Nothing.
And George,
Uh,
listen to this.
Yes,
I've been told that there's not one uh uh bad white community in the city of Chicago. All the white communities are thriving. Every white community that's predominantly white in Chicago community
yes,
are thriving. And all the black
yes,
communities are going down.
yes. Because we can't lay this all on the altar. We got to look in the mirror and lay it on each one of us.
Mm-hmm.
We can do better, and when you know better, you do better. So one thing is good about your program is that you're trying to educate the people. We cannot continue to go down this road. We cannot.
But see, the preachers try to make us feel guilty. And then they say, well, y'all acting just like how the white people did us in the 60s, oppressing either. Listen, George, I'm like this, brother.
Don't feel guilty.
I don't. I don't feel guilty
Mhm.
at all. I don't feel like
No, any black preacher tell you that, and all that black preacher just doing trying to pimp, and get some money.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do. You know these old preachers pimp, pimp the culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, uh, so what do you think? Do you think that this went pretty well tonight?
Yeah, this is when it went great because people wanted to hear from you, George. And then a lot of people was upset for what they witnessed on video, what happened to you, and everybody stood by there and did nothing. They was upset. They were upset, George, and rightfully so. They should
Well,
be. Black
I
people.
want to thank everybody
Hold on, George.
out there.
George, hold on, before you
Okay.
get thinking very listen. We are supposed to be just like the beehive. You mess with one bee, the whole hive come after you. And that's how it's supposed to be, people. Don't stand by there
Hmm.
and let nobody disrespect our elders. Don't care who it is. They have to handle them with a fragile. There's a fragile stamp on them. You just can't be snatching and grabbing on our elders. And George's out there
And
hollering,
another
help
thing,
me, help me, help me. And
yeah,
people just sit there in the
but
seat. Go ahead,
and
George.
did you also know that down in Montgomery when those whites was beating up that black man, all these other young men and they jumped off and came to his aid. They
Yeah.
didn't know him.
I didn't know him.
You remember that incident?
Yeah, I remember that. They didn't know him.
But they knew he was a black man and he needed help.
Mm-hmm.
And one guy jumped off of his boat and swam over there to help him.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it should
So
be.
what you say, DP, is just that instinct. When you mess with their honey, they come in, they just come in, all of them. Just one sting you, another one sting you, and so many of them can sting you. Did you know they can kill you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that was a good example, the beehive.
Yeah.
That was a very good example.
And that's how we should operate. We have to get on code, black people. Get on code. And you know, a lot of us, we don't take the time, go down to city council and advocate for black people. Here's a man that have dedicated his life He could be somewhere sitting around in Florida, somewhere in Texas, sitting back enjoying the rest of his life, doing what he want to do, doing his art, selling his art. And,
That's right.
And he's fighting for us, and we just sitting there in the seat like nothing, just terrible, people. That's terrible. That should have never happened.
Well, did you know that art, when things like this happen, I go home and I paint, and that's therapeutic. It's a way of healing myself. So sometimes I just, this is the arts. And what do you do for relaxation? I know you go with your business on Sunday, Alsace, and sell, but otherwise, what you say, you just involved with your family too.
Right.
Your children and your grandchildren.
That's right. That's what I do. That gives me my strength. When I get low, I go grab my grandbabies. I go grab them grandbabies. I give them a hug. I give them a hug.
Oh, what you well, then I bet they crazy about you.
Oh,
you
yes,
spoiling them, maybe.
Yeah, they're my babies. And listen, and I kill for them too. Trust me, without hesitation. It ain't even a second. It ain't even a guess. It ain't even a second thought. Because people, listen, nowhere in the world. And let me go back in history. My daughter gave me her son, which is my grandson, and I'm gonna let some white people come and get him 3 o'clock in the morning, take him out, and I know you wouldn't up no good.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
Listen,
about that down,
they had to take on my
down
dead body.
Emmett Till.
Yeah,
oh, I don't know how those men so weak and scared, but they've been traumatized by these white devils. Did you know that?
Yeah.
How could they pull that little boy out? How could they pull him out? That was, I've never, just an idea that happened. And the men in the house.
Yeah.
They should have pulled some of the men out.
Yeah.
But not the little boy.
Right.
The men should have been fighting. But did you know, once you've been traumatized, the man have messed you up. You don't know any better.
But so George, hold it, George.
They don't know any better.
Hold it, George. We out here dying for dice games. We out here dying, messing with somebody's wife. We out here dying because we got to head to the right. We out here dying, we got to head to the left. We out here dying, sticking up normal people that don't have nothing. We dying for everything that's meaningless. But when it's time to stand up for righteousness, George, and for your race, race first. Now we quiet.
Race first. Race first. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
George. We all gonna lead this place,
Did
George.
you know when I go down there and speak, I use the race card. Yeah. Black people have every right in America to use the race card because it was a race that enslaved us. We're black people. Now, I always use the race card.
You got to. Well, America was built on a race card, and it operates on a race card.
That's right.
So when you go fill out an application, when you fill out an application for school or for job, they ask you what's your race. Why are you asking my race?
That's right.
If it don't mean nothing. Why are you asking me if I'm male or female? If it don't mean nothing.
That's right. If it don't mean nothing. That's right.
They got a plan.
They got a plan.
Yeah.
That's right. They ask you to put your race on that application, your race.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you go to the hospital or go to the jail, they all that a race. They play because this is a racist country and a racist city. I've seen say Chicago the most racist city in the United States. And George Blakemore say Chicago, not George Blakemore, it's statistics saying that Chicago is the most corrupt city in America. Not Houston, not Memphis, but Chicago. Did you realize Chicago got a bad name?
Oh, yeah, I know that. Oh, yeah, we call it Crook County, the false confession state.
Yeah, because today they had a Burke trial, and he's been there 50 years. He's been stealing 50 years. And he's not the only one. Some of the rats get caught stealing the cheese, and some of them don't. They
right.
still got them down there stealing their city council.
And
today.
Let me say something, George, to every black politician on the state level, on the city level, or local level. You cannot do what these white politicians are doing. They will lock you up. You are not white.
Right.
You can't do what they do. You need to operate by the book to the fullest, because any bad thing that they get on you, they're going to hold that on over your head and make you vote against your own interests of your people. Trust me. That's what a lot of going on now. Trust me, you're not in. Listen, and if it's time, hold on, George. Hold on.
Some of them couldn't help me. Okay,
hold on, George. Listen, the white man is not going to take a fall for the black man in politics. It's going to be you before him. He gonna tell on you before you get him. So all y'all black politicians, and you know who you are, taking money and bribes and doing slick stuff, voting against the interests of your people, we see you, and we're going to call you out. We see you. Go ahead, George. We got a caller too, George. We'll take one more caller. Go ahead, George.
Okay,
you want
to I want to hear the call.
Okay, let's see what the caller had to say.
Let's hear the call.
Okay. Hey, caller, 310 area code. What you have to say? This live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller. They probably listen to the prompts. Give them a minute, George.
Hello.
Hey, caller.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, Martin.
How you doing?
Hey, George. It's Mother Diva.
Hey, Mother Diva.
Hey, Mother Diva. How you doing?
Good.
I'm calling you from Los Angeles. I'm in LA.
Okay.
Right. You are?
All right.
What's going on up there?
Well, I came to LA for the 40th anniversary of Michael Jackson's Thriller video. We produced a reenactment, and I had Ola Ray, and she redid her walk 40 years later on the same street. And I've been meeting with some producers about my show, so I'm, continuing to do my thing. I was honored by the Los Angeles City Council for the work I did on the reenactment. But I've been listening. And I just wanted to call in, and show some love towards George and you and the show, and just to share.
I want to ask you something, Mother D.
Go ahead.
When you invited Brandon to come over that day, did he come?
No, he did not. But he sent me a letter. And then let me tell you what happened, because there has been a breakdown in communication in terms of how his office works and the lies that people spill. One thing that I've learned is that there are people at the top that have people that work underneath them, and the people that work underneath them, a lot of times they don't know what they're doing, and the top person does have no clue of what's happening on the bottom end. Now, let me tell you what happened, because George was there that day when I made my speech. What happened was I had been trying to get Mayor Johnson, well, let me go back to Commissioner Johnson. I didn't even know he was running for mayor. I've been producing house music, health and wellness DJ sets, EDM at Daily Plaza for 9 years. My 10-year anniversary will be April 16th. George has been there. Martin, you've been there. Everybody knows what we do over there. When he was commissioner, I sent a request for him to come and speak, because I like my audience to be educated on various subject matters in the community. A lot of people don't know what the job is of a Cook County commissioner, and I wanted him to come talk about that. So he was unavailable a few times. Then I found out he was running for mayor, and my anniversary came up. I asked if he could come then. He was still unavailable. So as it turned out, I had an event scheduled for May 1st at the Daily Center, and we canceled it due to the weather. And the only available date was May 15th, which was his inauguration. And I said, well, if I take it, I'm going to miss his inauguration. But I had no choice. Well, I took the date, and then I found out that they wanted me to put in more paperwork on it. And as I was about to do that, he swooped in and got the date. So I tried to open for him, and none of his team people ever got back to me. So when I went, I said, well, I'm just going to go down there to see what's going on. I go down there. They didn't have no event at Daily Plaza because his meet and greet took too long, and they had canceled it, which means I could have had my event. So I had been trying to get him to come over there to make it up to me. So I made a public comment about it. His people did come over to talk to me to try to book it, but what ended up happening was he was in the middle of budget and he couldn't come. And I said, I want him to send me a letter if he can't make it. They told me he was going to be out of town, but he wasn't out of town. He was in the middle of budget. And when they're in the middle of budget, they can't go anywhere. So he sent the letter, and they said, well, when is your next one? I said, I expect him to be there April 16th. Then they telling me, well, we can't book that far advance. But the bottom line is this. None of these people have any power in their positions. They are figureheads. And going back to something Brother George said, I had a meeting with Alderwoman Jeanette Taylor, and she didn't even know that each alderman, and if it's some listening, they didn't even know that they get 2 street signs a year, because I am a community liaison that help impactful people get street signs and holidays with the city council. Each alder person gets 2 street signs a year. She didn't know that. I said, you've been here 5 years, which means you have lost 10 street signs. She said, Mother Diva, they give us money and they tell us to figure it out. So apparently there must not be classes or some kind of handbook. I was thinking that there's classes or a handbook on how to run your ward. I just can't see them just throwing you money and telling you to figure it out. But if that's the case, this is why the community is so disenfranchised. You have so many people in these positions, and they really don't know what they're doing.
Okay, yeah. I understand.
And it's really sad, and it's really unfortunate. And you know what I told Alderman Barnett? I said, listen, all of y'all are scrambling for money for your wards so you can upgrade your wards. I said, well, guess what? Call Newport Cigarettes. They got all the money. They in every community. Cigarettes, alcohol, tobacco companies, they in there tearing the community down, so why not go to them and ask them to invest?
That's right.
You cannot have a business. You can't have a business, Martin, in any community in Chicago without the approval of the alderman. They have to sign off on that. You just can't put up no business. That business got to go through the city council. George, you at every meeting. Am I right or wrong?
You're correct.
So if the city council came together and start reaching out to these corporations to invest the money in the community that they need, we need 24-hour community centers. We need places for these kids to go all the time. These children are out on the street at 3 a.m.
That's right.
They don't have no family. They don't have no parents. What about the kids that are 18-year-old being aged out of the foster care system?
That's right. But no, they got programs for them to go to college.
They do.
Programs, but some of them don't know it, maybe.
This is what I'm saying. Now, if you are listening on this line and you have a business, you're trying to get funding, the city and the state has plenty of funds and plenty of money to provide for businesses and charities and nonprofits and people that are doing things. But the problem with it, Martin, they don't advertise it. You got to dig for this stuff. You got to know somebody to get in these programs.
And let me say something too.
They're not out there advertising that.
I want to say something off the record. Most of these community activists, these social service agency that's getting the money, not really doing the work. But they got their paperwork in order.
Exactly.
And they know who's who. And that's why they getting the money. The people that's doing the real work, they left behind. They don't know how to get the paperwork in order. You have to get your paperwork in order. You got to get into some of these rooms. So all these crooks, George, they know how to get into these rooms. They got their paperwork right. They got their paperwork right. Now, they might get a lot of money on a grant, and they on the back end, they giving money back to the person that's helping them get the grant. So people...
Yeah, they pay to play.
That's what
pay to play.
That's it. That's what it is, George.
Well, my concern is that they do a full audit to find out where these third-party individuals who took the money for the immigrants and they either stole it because, George, you was there when Alderman Lopez got up and said, where the hell this money is going? How do you give $180 million and these people are still sleeping at the police station? What happened to the money?
To the money.
They need to do a complete audit, and when they got a paper trail, they need to close down those third-party agencies and lock some people up because they stole that money. No person should be at the police station with all the money they had to house those people.
Sister,
they stole
Mama
that
Diva,
money.
Mama Diva, do you guys know that they wrote an article out and said that in the last 15 weeks, they have given nearly $1 billion to non-citizens. Nearly $1 billion in the last 15 weeks.
The non-citizens.
They had an article out.
Non-citizens.
If you text me, I'll send it to you. They had an article out. It said non-citizens got that money. Where is that money?
But I don't think non-citizens, they stole that money.
Yeah, you know.
The politicians stole that money.
That money is being stolen because, listen, I have gone past the police station as I drive around the city of Chicago because, you know, I pick up clothes, shoes, and household items and take them to low-income families. And I'm out there doing my thing. And I'm at the police station, and I see these families with babies. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are they still here? They should be housed somewhere. And you know what?
They should be houses of black community, no.
No, you know what I said that we should do, because when no one has done this, they keep having these town hall meetings with just the residents. Why are you having town hall meetings with the aldermen and the residents and the migrants ain't there? We need to have a meeting with the residents, the migrants, the community leaders, and the Nation of Islam to be in the middle so it won't be no fighting because ain't nobody going to hit the Nation of Islam. Okay? And we need to come up with a resolution, and we need to let these migrants know that if you're going to be in our community, then you're going to follow the rules and regulations, or you're going to be subject to everything else everybody else does if they commit a crime. Now, some of these people, I don't know if you saw the articles, but some of them want to go home. They don't even want to be here no more. Number one, Chicago is cold, and America is not what they thought it was.
That's right. Some of them want to go.
Well, some of them said they waiting on a ticket. They got to give them a ticket to go back. But see, here's the thing: where Brandon messed up, where Lori Lightfoot messed up, when they sent the first group of immigrants up here, Lori Lightfoot didn't want to be bothered with them, so she sent them to Elk Grove Village, and the mayor was upset with her out there because she didn't warn him. What she should have done was sent them to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, because this is Joe Biden's problem. All of and when they came up here when Brandon was with mayor, he should have sent them right on to the White House. He should have sent them right on to the White House because Joe Biden created this problem. Now people can say what they want to say about Donald Trump, but if Donald Trump was still president, we wouldn't have no border problem. And that's fact. They wouldn't be nowhere near here. Now that's the truth.
Like what you say, send them right over up to D.C. Send them right back.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Kamala Harris ain't got no power. When the governor of Texas sent the migrants to her house, and she was very upset and wanted to throw him out of office. You cannot throw a sitting governor out of office. It would take an act of Congress. And what Republican governor they gonna throw out of office in the middle of a situation like this? He ain't going nowhere, and she ain't got the power to do it.
Preach, Mother Diva, preach.
Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't want to have nothing to do with either one of them.
Mm.
The only reason why I went to the presidential awards was because Kids Corner is my partner, and I did put the Medal of Honor around Art Norman's neck. But I told Delise and I told her husband, if Joe Biden and Kamala Harris show up, I'm not coming. They weren't there.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm through with the Democrats. I'm through with them.
Well, I'm in the Green Party anyway, and I support the Libertarians and other parties. I don't look at the party; I look at the person.
That's
and
right.
Quite frankly, most of these Democrats have disenfranchised the community. They are for themselves. They pretend like they for the people, but a lot of them are not. You have a handful of them, like Tammy Duckworth. Some of them do their job. What's her name? Debbie Myers Martin. She's one that does her job. A handful of them do what they're supposed to do. Maddie Hunter, but a lot of them don't. They're just taking a paycheck and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And I agree with George. A lot of those people in the city council are very sad. If you look at and I'm going to give you the perfect example, and you could go look this up. The first ward alderman, Daniel Espada, he was riding his bicycle with a group of people. They were riding for a cause, and this was during the election. And apparently, people were very upset with him for whatever reason. I don't know if they hated on him because he was running against the folks that they liked and didn't like him. But somebody hauled off and threw a drink at this man. Went on Twitter and admitted it and said, "I just threw my apple cider at Alderman Espada." And Alderman Espada did not do anything about that. He did not have the person arrested.
But he's not a good officer. He's not a good officer.
I'm saying. How are you a community leader? And you're supposed to lead and protect your community, but you're not even holding the person that attacked you accountable. How can you set an example to be a leader in the community and you're letting people walk all over you? Now, I appreciate the fact that he gave the street sign to Shabadoo because, I was on the committee for that. I made that happen. But you can't be a punk and run a ward. And what I see in the city council, other than Alderman Lopez, because Alderman Lopez will stand up and tell you what's going on. There is a lot of people on the city council that are very punkish. There are some that are good. You have good, bad, and ugly. But in order for anything to work, these people are going to have to stand up, and they're going to have to show up and show out and really be there for the people. They're showing their true colors about what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really pay attention to how the city council works, it's all deals. Jeanette Taylor shared it best. She said, "You know what? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes on this immigrant thing. But guess what? When it's my turn for my ward to get the things it needs, you need to vote with me." All they're doing is voting back and forth on different issues to support each other. So in other words, Martin, if there's something you want me to vote on the next time around, you need to vote with me on my stuff. It's all deal making in there. And let me tell you something, crime is a business.
Yes,
okay? They can stop the crime if they want to. They don't want to stop the crime because it's a business.
Big business.
I wrote a carjacking bill and sent it to the people to get that law passed. That bill is sitting there, going from hand to hand to hand to hand. Because if you really wanted to stop crime, you would stop it. The other countries don't have this problem. You know what Gene Hunt told me? He got on a plane. When he got on a plane to go to Japan, they make everybody sign a piece of paper, the entertainers that go over there, and it says, if you are found with any drug, marijuana, paraphernalia, whatever you want to call it, on your person, if we find it on you or in your luggage, the penalty is death. They have to sign that. They had to sign that paper before they got on that plane.
See, they don't know, Mother Diva. They don't know.
No.
But okay, listen.
They don't know. I mean, this Leonard Roy talking to you. You know, I know.
Sarge, you got to ask me.
You already know, Sarge.
Right. Hold on.
You already know.
Now we got this.
Because he a DJ. He know.
I know he know, but I'm just saying, I didn't ask him to speak right now. I know he on live. I mean here, and we was.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just I got excited.
This is the George Blakemore show tonight. We honoring
No,
George Blakemore.
No, Mother Diva. Mother Diva is doing okay.
No, she's doing okay.
Give me a little rest.
Yeah.
So Mother Diva, because tomorrow I got to be down at City Council.
Okay.
And it's something else.
So what happened to you, Joe? I'm trying to find out what happened. Did you go to the City Council and the police arrested you again?
No, they haven't arrested me since last week. Did you see it on TV?
It was all on the news, trending all.
This is what I've been trying to Google it and look for. You got arrested at the City Council meeting?
Yeah, they drug him
out. And it was the committee meeting. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
But stood right there and watched it.
Damn shame.
Stood right there and watched it.
Damn shame.
Yeah.
But Mother Diva, she knows those people down there. She know them. She know them real good. She knows that some of them are no good. Don't you know that, Mama D? They pay to play.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. But okay, Sarge, I'm gonna let you talk.
And then what they do is they gaslight people. They make promises. They gaslight people, and they just say that stuff just to brush you off.
Yeah. Because this is what I noticed: when you corner a politician by him or herself, they'll agree with everything you say. Yeah, you right. But when they get down that city council, boy, man, they voting against everything y'all talked about. I'll tell you.
That's right.
Okay, Sarge, what's your question? What's your question? Answer?
Well, my comment is, it's a doggone shame that all those people stood by and didn't do a thing to help that man. Now, I haven't seen the video. I don't have to. I can listen to his voice and tell he's more of a senior age man than myself. And because he's asking, go ahead, brother.
No, I appreciate all of y'all concern, but if they do me that way, they'll do you the same way or worse.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Oh yeah, I know.
And shame the devil.
I know, and they all crooks, Martin. They're crooks. They crookedy crooks. And Mother Diva, if she's still here, she'll co-sign. They crooks.
Oh, Lord.
Well, let me just say that.
Listen,
hey, Sarge, let me say this real quick. Okay. I'll let you talk. Let me say this. Whether they're crooks or not, they work for us, and they're going to have to operate for us. If we got a crooked council,
right.
They work for us at the end of the day. So we can't let them off the hook because they crooks. And I'm just saying allegedly crooks. I'll say that. So we can't let them off the hook. Ain't that right, Mr. George Blakemore? We can't let them off the hook.
You're right.
Whether they're crook or
and did you know? And did you know it have to be a revenge for them doing that? You just can't let them get away and say, You got to show them how to treat you. Black people got to show how to show other ethnic groups how to treat them, and they have to show their ultimate how to treat us. If they don't know, we got to teach them how to treat us by any means necessary.
Well, you know what, George? Let me say this to you, because, I love you to pieces, and, we may have had some differences back and forth. But what I would try to tell you, you're very passionate, and you go to every city council meeting. And, George, a lot of times, you be loud and you be screaming and you be going off on these people. And you have to be careful with that, because if you come in and you act like that, then, you're giving them a reason to try to remove you. You don't want to give them a reason to try to remove you. So you also got to take responsibility sometimes for yourself and the way you do stuff when you go down there.
I don't owe them nothing. Mama Diva, I'm not supposed to kiss their ass. just because they're a damn alternate. They violated me. They violated me when they took my minutes, and I intended to act up. You are Mama Diva, and I'm George Blakemore. I respect you, but you gotta respect me. I don't give a damn about them. They don't give a damn about me.
They cut you off before your 3 minutes?
And we. There's no damn
Are you saying they cut you off before your 3 minutes was up?
No, they didn't want to be 3. They took it. They talking about 1 minute, not 3 minutes, 1 minute. Change the rules.
Oh, they can't do that because they say it's 3 minutes in the beginning. So they were all the way wrong if they did that.
Yeah. So what are we going to do?
They set the rules.
Yeah, but they rules, they break the rules.
But I'm saying if in the beginning they always say you have 3 minutes, so they can't tell you have 3 minutes and then tell you 1.
They did it. They did it. They did it, Mama.
That's not right.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of things not right. And if somebody say F you, I say F you back. And I don't have to respect them. I don't have to respect nobody that's trying to make a damn fool out of black people. Now, so we need more people like you and more like me. We all make up this world. And I don't give a damn about these damn altars when they're violating our people. And I intend to be loud and heard. And the ancestors appreciate me. I'm not kissing their ass. They work for us. We don't work for them. They serve us. We don't serve them. And if they disrespect us, we got to teach them how to respect us. Man, I'm not docile.
And you know what? The only way that's going to happen, you got to hit them in their pocket.
I like me. And I like black people. And when they take advantage of black people and me, we're connected, you see. And yes, I'm loud. They're crooked, and I'm loud. And maybe it takes one to know one. Maybe I'm just as bad as they are. They got the right one when they F with me. I don't respect them. They don't respect us. That's what we always do, loving everybody else. Just love yourself and do for yourself and play the race card.
Tell the truth
nothing.
And shame the devil.
Right there. There it is.
That's it.
All I know is, George, whenever it's your time to go, the city council will shut down and every last one of them will be at your funeral. Because you are a legend.
Well,
I'm not.
Hold on.
You are a legend, young lady.
But let me say
you
this.
Are nice,
let me say this.
No, George is a legend, honey.
Hold on. Let me say this. Feel when I'm dead, but they'll kill me while I'm alive. Give me my flowers while I'm alive.
That's right.
Tell the truth.
George might be around to see some dirt throwing on them in the grave. So don't be let us know be too quick to put him away now, because he might be around, see some of them.
I'm not putting him away at all. I'm just saying I know how it. I mean, he's so legendary with just his fight, and I know that. I mean, there are a lot of people who do appreciate what he has to say, and he's one of our elders and he's a legend, and he should be treated fairly just like anybody else.
That's right.
He shouldn't be mistreated.
George.
He shouldn't be mistreated at all, and he should be treated fairly.
Brother George, the old preacher said, they say while you're living, they lie on you, but when you die, they lie for you. And I'm with you. Give me my flowers while I'm living. Because you can't give them to me while I'm dead. I don't know.
See?
I don't know.
All of them coming up.
But the solution in all of this, and I know
it's not about me. They do it to us.
A while ago. In order for these people to do the right thing, you got to hit them in their pocket. You got to stop shopping corporate. You got to withdraw your dollars from their community, and then that's when they change. And just like the brother that you had on a while back, who said that if the registered voters, if they went to the registration office and changed their political party and they started to vote Republican, that's when that'll be enough to scare them into doing what they're supposed to do.
Hold on, Mother D.
You can't keep elbow rubbing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Y'all hold on.
Say again, Martin.
Just hold on. Let me call George back. He got disconnected. He keep calling the wrong phone.
Oh, okay.
Let me call George back. He keep calling the wrong phone. He don't know no better. Okay. All right. Let me call him back real quick.
Yeah, because you.
More, what happened?
I don't know. You hung up. You keep hitting the button. Hold on. Put you back in.
I was
wait on
you back, George.
Right.
You back, George. Go ahead. You back.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Now, I was saying you can't elbow rub with them folks and think you got a hand with them. Now, Mother Diva and myself, we know a case in point situation to that. Okay? And this ain't no alleged. It's in the newspaper, the Tribune.
What does the Tribune say? That was illegal, didn't it?
Now check this out. This what happened. There's a DJ that, Alan King. He was married to an alderman. He called Rahm Emanuel to ask for a favor, or emailed him.
And got in trouble.
Do you know that they sat on that email for 500 days and hit him up for a $500,000 fine saying he was trying to lobby? And all he did was ask Rahm Emanuel for a favor. That's in 2017.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And they put the weight on that fine against him and the Chosen Few DJ Corporation to take their event away from them under the table.
Did they have to pay that fine?
Well, in print it says they settled for $2,500. That's the plausible deniable story. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
because
guys.
I know for a fact they were like,
"We're gonna
Mark, one more thing, Mark, just one more real quick.
Come on, man, brother.
Okay, all right.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Now they go to the brother. We want that Skrilla, or we want that gate money that y'all doggone raking in like y'all doing. Otherwise, we gonna do you, and we gonna do your wife. She's an alderman. They was gonna do him like Jesse Jackson Jr. and his wife. They damn sure was.
Okay.
Over $500,000 that they cooked up. Sure did. Mother Diva knows the truth.
Right. Hold it right there. We're gonna close it out. George, you got the last say so, man. Last words, man. It's on you, George. Whatever you want to say.
All right, thank you. I would like to thank all of my friends, my black brothers and sisters, and other people, good-minded abolitionists that always, we got some good white folks that always advocate for black people, but down south, they call the good abolitionists, they call them end lovers. But I want to thank all of you all for thinking about me and feeling my pains and my sorrows and my frustration, because we are family. And so when one of us is violated, all of us is violated. And thank you very much for Morton to make me feel like I'm somebody by you inviting me on your show. Morton Johnson has thousands and thousands of followers, and
yes,
this was an honor for him to devote this segment of his show today for me and Mother Diva. I hope that the people appreciate me before I die. Like you say,
we love you, George. We appreciate you.
I don't need all these streets to be named after me, and Mr. Blakemore, just give me my flowers while I'm living.
Well, unfortunately, you can't get a street sign unless you're deceased, unless you are in special circumstances nowadays. They changed the ordinance on that too.
Okay, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Mother Diva.
Okay.
Martin, can I just say something real quick? Because I don't. Look, there is good and bad in everything. The entire city council is not bad. There are actually some aldermen that are doing some good things.
God bless you, Martin.
Thank you.
God bless all the Black people in the city of Chicago and throughout the diaspora. And we must teach these people how to treat us. But first, we must love each other, respect each other, die for each other, and be willing to die for each other. God bless.
Thank you, Brother George. Mother Diva, George, we'll have a part 2. Did you want to say something real quick, Mother Diva? Because I got to get off. I'm done.
Yeah, I was just saying that there are certain members of the Chicago City Council that does care about their wards, that are trying to help the people. Alderman Lopez, Maria Hatton, there are several. Desmond Yancey, who's a new alderman. A lot of these people are new coming in trying to learn the thing, and I don't know why some of these people are not protected. If you're part of the city council, you should have security. I mean, anybody could just walk up to them and cause harm, and that's a problem too. Yeah. They've been getting attacked and all this stuff, and all of it is because, the migrants and the residents are at war. They're upset with each other. It's going to get worse and worse if they don't nip this thing in the bud. And I'm done.
Well, just give us our resources. That's all we need. This is a war of resources. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I don't know about y'all, but I love being Black. Good night. Thank you so much, George Blakemore, Sarge.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you so much. George,
all right.
We'll do a part 2.
Okay, love y'all. Good night.
Part 2 real soon, maybe next week, George. So thank you guys so
all
much
right,
for tuning in.
Please. Okay. I'm always available.
Okay.
Give me a call, Martin.
Right,
Thank you.
So
Thank
Peace
you.
out,
God
y'all.
bless.